I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown! Howdy folks, welcome back to my top 100 games of all time. I am Hunter, this is Rebecca. Today we're looking at my 90 to 81. Ooh. Maybe this section will be less controversial than the previous one.
I don't know if we're going to recover from the last one. So, I'm scared to ask what's on the list this time.
Let's get some stats. Let's get some stats. 2 games went up. 2 games stayed the same.
Wow.
3 games went down. 3 new games. And 2 games I don't own, technically.
Technically. What are they, mine? Mine?
What's mine is yours.
I know.
And what yours is yours. I don't know. Alright. Let's start off with my number 90. Strangely enough, this game went up 2 places.
Strangely. Why is it strangely?
Because I don't even know if did we play it? I don't know if we played it in the last year. And that is Rajas of the Ganges. Or as those of us in the know call it, Rajas of the Ganges. So Rajas of the Ganges is a dice placement game? Maybe?
Sort of.
Dice utilization game? I don't know. Anyway, so the game is you're taking these dice, using those dice to take actions, using those actions to do all sorts of crazy Euro-y things. You're collecting tiles, putting tiles out on a board, you're connecting up little locations on a tile, getting bonuses, you're going all over these crazy worker placement spots, doing things, you're traveling up a river on a boat. All for, you would think, victory points, but not in this case. There's 2 tracks, 2 scoring tracks. One is your money, and the other is your fame.
Fame and fortune, baby.
Fame,
Woo!
glory,
Same diff,
victory points. I don't know.
Well, yeah, ultimately.
And what triggers the end of the game is when one of them amongst the players, when their tracks cross either in the middle, one side or the other, anywhere, and that triggers the end of the game. And whoever crosses the most wins the game at the end. So. It's a cool little game if you like tile placement, if you like Euro-y stuff, you like dice. It's all kinds of craziness. It's got some cool, Rebecca likes the little doodads.
I like doodads.
What are they called? These little guys. These little doodads.
The dice holders.
Yeah.
See, look, she holds all the dice for you. You put the dice in all these spots.
Has a ton of generic looking dice, but yeah, it is what it is. And like I said, you got tile placement on your own little player board. So you're putting tiles, connecting up places, and if you get off,
I enjoy that map.
If you get off to certain sides and locations, you get little bonuses. It's a cool little game.
It's fun. I like this game a lot.
Little game. I always seem to go crazy income.
No, not always. You've tried it out. You've tried different techniques with it, but that's your favorite.
What's funny is, I think the last time we did play this recently. Now that I think about it,
we did.
Last time we played it, I went like all in on income. And I got all my income all the way around the track, all the way over to the other side, and I actually bottomed out. I couldn't go any further with my income, and that's actually what cost me the game because I couldn't. I built everything for income, and then I had to switch gears and try to do the other thing, and I didn't do it so well.
He was just that rich hermit that hides in the woods. And he never came out.
No one knows who I am, but I'm rich. I'm stinking rich. So it's a fun little game. It's one of those. I would call it a 90-minute Euro, but actually. It's more of an hour Euro. So, fun little game. Yeah, really I enjoy it. I guess the last really play was fun because I tried something different. I went all income.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And it cost me the game, but it was fun.
It was even more fun.
And that's why it went up 2 places. From 92 to 90.
That's really cool. This one is a fun game.
Rajas of the Ganges. Alright. Here's one of the ones that stayed exactly the same. It's holding strong at 89, apparently.
This is crazy.
89 is just where it needs to stay because...
How?
Mafia de Cuba!
That's hilarious. We have not obviously gotten to play this one in a while.
No, we haven't played this in a while. I love it. I love it. This is one of the few games one of the few games, social deduction games, where I do not want to be the traitor.
Oh yeah, you want to be the
I want to be
guy.
the Godfather guy who kind of moderates and I guess facilitates. That's the word I'm looking for. Facilitates the game. So it's a hidden roles game. Basically, everyone. Basically, the cigar box is actually it's a cigar box. It is a prop in the game. Basically, you use it and you pass it around the table, and each person either steals some gems or takes a roll or something like that. And then it goes all the way around and it comes back, and then the Godfather's goal is to figure out where the gems are by questioning people and figuring out who's lying and who's not lying. And I really like being the facilitator in this game. Normally I'm going to be the traitor, I'll be the sneaky guy, but I've played it a few times as not the Godfather person or the facilitator, and I didn't enjoy it near as much as running the game. I like interacting with people and kind of driving the interactions between the players. So it's kind of like almost like a DM game master type role. What?
Do you remember these?
Yeah, when you mess up, you go, "Oops!" Those are oopses.
Oops. Here's
So
some
if you
boobs.
accuse someone of stealing from you and they didn't steal from you, you give them some whiskey in it.
I thought we put some like decoy things in here to make noise. Did we take them back out?
Maybe.
We must have.
Maybe.
Because in here, all you have are the chips for the different rolls. Well, and some of those obviously you're given those, but then you have the little diamonds, and that's it. So it's possible if everybody steals everything that the box could be completely empty. So we like to put
Just miscellaneous.
some
junk inside of it.
miscellaneous extra chips or stuff in there to make more noise.
And funny, I got the expansion just
haven't got-
before the
Yeah.
things happen. I haven't got to try them yet. It adds the new rolls.
It sounds like it'd be fun too, because they're ridiculous. They're like a bunch of like double agent kind of rolls and stuff.
Yeah,
aren't they?
there's. Let's see, what do we got? We got the Diamond Lover,
They're
the
both
Traitor, and the Traitor's Minion.
the Traitor's Minion. What
The
a great-
Revolutionaries, the
Ooh.
Crooked Lawyer, and then the Favorite Diamond. Oh, the Fake Diamond. There's a Fake Diamond.
There's a fake diamond.
There's a Fake Diamond.
Oh my gosh.
There's something.
That's
I don't know.
fantastic.
I hadn't even read the rules because obviously I haven't had a
that's the
chance to
point.
play it. So.
Right now, just make us sad.
But I love it. I love this game. It's probably one of my favorite big group social deduction games. This really works.
This is like a lot of players too.
It goes to 10, and I think the expansion may even increase that to 12, maybe?
No, this says 6 to 12 players on the box, so maybe it goes to 14.
Oh, maybe you're right. Nope, still 6 to 12. Just
Is
make
it?
rolls.
Okay, but they're...
But anyway, this is one of my favorite. This
Fun.
and another game to be mentioned much later are to my two favorite big group social deduction games. Now it's smaller. You want like 10 people to play
Yeah,
this game.
the more
You
the
want-
merrier in
You
this
want a
game.
big giant group to play
Absolutely.
This one tends to get played at conventions around a cafeteria table. So
Yeah, this is a good one for that. And we when we had our Dallas Games Marathon stuff, this was a good one to have set up.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Everybody, it's short enough game, people can walk in and out of it, right? So yeah, good one.
it's been bouncing all over my list. 89 last year, 89 this year, 98 the year before, 57 and 92. So it's just kind of all over the place, but it stays on the list because I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to my number 98. It's one of those games I do not own.
This is so weird.
And what's weird about this game is, I'm not sure when I'll play it again.
That's interesting.
Because and this 88 is based on a very tricked up and special version of this game. So,
okay.
So at BGG Con last year, I got to play a tricked up, crazy, blinged out version of Merchant of Venus.
Very cool.
Merchant of Venus. So I just like this game. It's like a if you cross a kind of economic trading kind of game with a roll and move space game. But a lot of people complain about this game because it is roll and move, but there's ways to mitigate it. You can buy different kinds of engines and trick up your ships and get improvements to mitigate a lot of that.
That's cool.
And it's a fun game. You travel around. It's kind of a pick up, deliver, go all over the board. Buy cheap somewhere else and go over here and sell it for a higher price. Grab it where it's plentiful and go sell it where it's more scarce. And I'm trying to recall, like I said, I've only played it once. I think he set up trading posts to get discounts, and
Oh, cool.
you can
Okay.
you can get special engines. So the map, when you're going around the map, there's yellow and red spaces, I think. Yellow, red, blue, I don't know. But there's certain color spaces, and if you buy like a yellow engine, you skip all the yellow spaces on the board.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So there's ways to do it, and you can buy engines that ships that you like. Maybe you roll 3 and you keep your 2 best rolls. So there's ways to mitigate. But early on, the roll and move is kind of painful. So, but you're in a crappy spaceship trying to fly around the galaxy, so you suffer.
I haven't played that. Do you think I'd like that game then?
Maybe. As much as you like the trading and Zaya, just going around and doing the merchant thing, it's very similar.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I probably would then.
Because as far as I know, you can't really attack each other. I think there is ways to attack each other, but there's a friendly variant, and I'm pretty sure that's what we played. Because there was there was half new players and half experienced players, and I really, even though I kind of got trounced because you kind of need to know what you're doing in this game. About halfway through, I figured out what was going on, and I enjoyed myself, even though I really didn't have much of a chance to win. I still had fun, and like I said, I played a crazy blinged out version, like painted ships.
That's
little,
amazing.
Had little coin holders for all the little tokens, and it was just had a beautiful full giant mat. I think it was almost a giant cloth mat thing for the map. It was really cool.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I really enjoyed it. I would definitely play it again. I want to try the bare bones, just basic version, and see if I still like it. Maybe I'll be like, oh, this is garbage. I don't know. I had fun.
Tune in next time.
I had a blast, and it says something for the fact that I was kind of lost early on, got beat fairly handily. I mean, I was making a comeback. If we would have played for like another 4 hours, I probably would have had a chance. But I was making I figured out once I figured out what I was doing, I was going. But to be this high on my list for a game that was kind of I wouldn't say it was a bad play. It was just a weird play, right?
Yeah, and you liked it that well. That's cool. Very
cool. That's it. My number 88, new to the list. I don't own it, but I do want to play it again. Merchant of Venus. All right. Let's move on to a game I do own. If you remember the way back time of the previous 10, I talked about, what did I talk about?
What did you talk about?
Where was it?
Shocking things. I know that.
What was it?
Was it one of the shocking things?
No, it's a game that you like. Oh, it was my 101, Pursuit of Happiness. One of the things, one of the reasons why it hangs around, on my list or just off my list is that her enjoyment of it bleeds over into my enjoyment of it. And I can say the same thing for this game because she loves it a lot more than I do, I believe. And that is the Networks.
Yay! I love the Networks.
The Networks. So we have everything in the world for the Networks. In fact, last time we played it, fairly recently, in fact, we played with everything. And we loved everything.
Yeah, it was
so it was fun. I mean, there's a lot going on, a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do, but I like this game. It's fun. It's a little kind of it's not really worker placement. It's more like card drafting, maybe
card drafting and network placement.
It's card drafting. So basically, you're building a tableau. It's kind of, I guess, it's almost like it's weird. It's kind of maybe engine building. I don't know. This is a kind of weird game. But you're drafting different shows, different types of shows, different actors, different commercials, different things, and you put them. You have a lineup. You're a network executive in networks, and you're making a lineup of shows for your evening with commercials and actors and stuff like that. And you're trying to get the most viewers. So it's a race. Not a race, but it's the goal is to get the most viewers you can over the course of certain number of rounds. I don't know how many rounds it was. So there's 4 seasons. Yeah, there's different types of shows. There's sports and there's dramas and comedies and junk like that. And it's really cool because you kind of got to decide what I want to draft, and different things work together. Like certain actors are better on certain shows, and you got to also decide when to cancel the show. Basically, as time goes by, the viewers usually go down. Sometimes there's some shows that they kind of do maybe a bell curve and different things. So you got to decide, okay, when do I want to cancel this show and bring in something new, right? So it's a really cool game. I enjoy it. There's tons of different expansions. You get, I think one of the recent ones we got is executive. So you actually have like a executive for your network, and that gives you a unique power, if I recall correctly. There's a lot going on in this game, but
and the spoof cards. The reason I like it too is the spoof names for the shows because they have Whitelist, Waterbug, Firefly, just stuff like that. All of the names are like that, and then they have different actors that you can kind of see who they're going for,
right.
you know, and then really cheesy commercial things. And I love all of the shows, and it's ridiculous.
And it's funny because when you start off your network, you have like really horrible shows. Like your initial like layout.
What do you have in your pockets?
Like one of the shows I think is the static at the end of the evening. That's actually one of your shows. So.
Yeah.
It's really just a cool game. It's a fun little, if you like I said, it reminds me a lot of Pursuit of Happiness. It's one of those games where you look at the cards and laugh about the end jokes and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. It's a neat little game. You don't need all the craziness that we have. The base game is awesome in itself.
It really is. But
anyway,
if you keep playing it,
this is another one that she loves more than me, and it's infectious. It's infectious. So this one and Pursuit of Happiness are the two. If you told me to name games that your spouse's love of the game increases your love of the game, those are the two top. That would be the top of my list. So.
That would be a good list to make, actually.
So
I could probably do 10 games.
Anyway, so that's the networks. Check it out. It's had several expansions on Kickstarter. I'm sure it's readily available. It's a cool game.
Yeah.
Formal Ferret.
Yep.
Games.
Good one. Good pick. I approve.
So the Networks was my 87. It was
approves.
97 last year, so it went up.
That expansion was fun.
Yeah, we playing with everything was really enjoyable.
That's good.
Here's another game. Oh. Anyway, it went up 10 places. It's pretty cool. Another game, my number 86. This one is one that I haven't played the physical copy of the game in years upon years. It's got to have been at least 3 years. Maybe 4 years. But I've played this game hundreds of times.
Oh, okay.
On the app.
I know what this is.
And that is Through the Ages! A new story of civilization. I want to get this one to the table again because...
Actually do too.
we haven't played, like I said, we haven't played this in forever. But I feel like I've played this...
A lot.
Tons of times. It's a cool Civ game. It's really focuses in on resource management, upgrading your different production things like your mineral production and your food production, keeping your people happy, and then the battles and things like that are more abstracted. You'll play a war card, and basically if your opponent if you have certain thing better than your opponent, more military or whatever, then they get a penalty, or you get to take something from them or something like that. It's very abstracted. It's not like you have units on a map moving around and attacking each other. Yeah. Which is fine. You can also play a friendly variant of this game where you just take all the raids and war cards out of the game and just play a straight up who can build the best civilization type situation. Has colonies that you can get that use your military force. So if you're not using your military to attack other players or defend yourself, you can use that military, kind of spend it to take over colonies, which give you bonuses and special things. But you start out, you're kind of beating two rocks together and can't do anything. By the end, you're doing space travel and sports networks and all kinds of craziness at the end. It's pretty cool. You're taking leaders throughout time, so it's got a really Civ feel for it. But again, it kind of draws back from the whole dudes on the map running around killing each other type thing. It's more, like I said, it's more abstracted. It focuses in more on other things. So,
which is funny because it still feels like you're playing that Sid Meier's Civ game on the computer.
Oh yeah, it feels like
because it's all about the clicking and the management part, not the map per se. You know, like you said, right. It's interesting how it zooms in on that, but it still feels like the same kind of game. Right. It's really cool. I mean, I think that's a masterful move.
Yeah, because I think in a game like that, if you were to throw in the battles part of it and had a map with guys, it's already a massive.
It'd be too much.
It's a long game, but it would be just an epic, crazy 6-8 hour game if you did all that. So
I agree.
I guess they picked and choose what they wanted to do with it rather than focus in on the combat. They focused in on other things, but it's really logistical heavy. It's like you got to get work. You got to make workers and you build buildings, and the buildings produce things, and you utilize all that.
But you can only build as many workers as there's certain happiness levels in your government, and all this.
It's really a lot of churn. That's why I like the app so much, because you just click, and it takes care of all that crap for you.
Calculates.
But this is a bear to teach, longer game. It's probably an hour per player if you're really moving.
You'd have to really be moving, though, I think.
Yeah, I think. when we were playing this regularly, we could get a game done in 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, we could.
So, anyway, there it is, my number 86. It was 65 last time, 11 before that, 3 before that. So it's dropping. Ever since I found the app, it's just tough to wrap my head around playing the physical copy again. But we'll do it someday. But not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Not yet.
All right, let's kick it up to another heavy Euro, although that one's kind of maybe a hybrid because there is lots of tacky in that one. Let's move it up to a heavy Euro. It's time for the first of what could be many Vital Lacerda games.
Ooh.
This is my number 85. It was 83 last year.
Ooh.
And that was the first year we played it. It was last year.
And
that is Skateplan.
We need to play this again.
Oh, we need to
play this again.
So need to play this one again.
I gotta put that on my list.
That's the funny. As soon as I pulled it off the shelf, like, I want to play this again. I think of all the ones I pulled off the shelf, this is the one. This 10. This is the one I wanted to play the most out of all.
It's
these
true.
10.
It's so true.
Anyway, Skateplan is like all Vital Lacerda games, in my opinion. He makes probably the most thematic Euro games out there, in my opinion. And this is another one. You're a bunch of gangsters. You are going around the city trying to collect all your money that you kind of seeded away in different locations. Kind of gather up as much as you can and then get out before the cops get you. And so you're traveling all over the place, traveling by river and cars and stuff around the place. And there's cops. There's different types of cops that you have to avoid and sneak around and get through. You're going and finding keys to lockers, and they actually have cool little physical metal keys that you have to collect
I forgot about
to
that. Yeah.
unlock your lockers to get your money. You're hiring gangster biker guys to go distract the cops for you. And as time goes by, the cops are closing in on you, and they're closing out escape routes out of the city. You have all these different ways to get out. They start shutting them down and closing them off, and you're like, it's kind of almost press your luck at the end. Oh, can I get a little bit more money before I go? But if you don't get out, you get caught and you don't score any points. So you have to get out of the city. In fact, I think the last time I played,
you did not get.
I did not get out of the city.
Nope, you did not.
I tried to get
You're
a little
like,
bit.
You'll never catch me, coppers.
I tried to get a little bit more money, and it was the last turn. I was heading to the exit, and I didn't get out.
And I laughed.
Of course, I didn't score any points, so she won. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's like I said, very thematic. But it sounds like a crazy like.
The intensity of this game was way higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah. But what I was saying is that it feels like you're doing all this fighting and running and fighting cops, but it's a Euro. It's a Euro game.
Yeah, it was fascinating. I really enjoyed it.
Really great game. I want to play it again, like right now. It's the lowest rated Lacerda that made my list, but it's still an amazing game. And I think if we played it again, just refreshing my memory, it would probably go up a little bit. But anyway, there it is.
I can see it.
Skateplan. My number
it's a heavy one.
85. It was 83 last time, so it's kind of holding
it's
consistent.
holding steady. And that's impressive considering, like you said, we haven't had another play of it since. I think it will probably go up.
So Rebecca is going to be making her top 100 in a month or 2 or 3. And she made a little list of games that she wanted to play. She just added a Skateplan to.
Yes.
This is one of those games she put on our list.
Ooh.
And that is...
Which one?
A Feast.
Yeah.
For Odin.
Definitely.
It's been a little while since we played this one, too.
In a while.
I like this game. It's almost overwhelming in the number of choices, so it's as
yes.
a lot of Uwe games. This is kind of his... A lot of people consider this... I don't know if it... probably not masterpiece, but he took pieces of a lot of his different games and kind of merged them all into this game. So it's worker placement, resource management. It's got polyomino. Yeah, that too. Polyominoes.
Polyomo. Well, I don't know what you said. It was cool.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, would you call it as magnum opus, but only because it's so huge?
Yeah, it just kind of took every pieces of all his games and threw them in here.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because you got like a bazillion choices. There's probably 60-something worker placement spots you can go to.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's in columns, so if you want to go to the first column, it's a weaker action, usually. what is, but maybe a different action.
Cheaper
it takes
stuff,
one
right?
worker, but then 2 workers, and then 3 workers, and you can spend 4 workers to do a really super powerful action. But you're using 4 workers.
You're using like all of your workers to do that.
But it comes with these really cool. It comes with these really cool inserts.
And this is amazing. This is what makes the game playable. Honestly,
It comes with these really cool inserts that hold all the tiles.
and the tiles are 2-sided, which also helps. So which tells you how many stinking choices you have.
Yeah,
those are all 2-sided.
You have the basic side and then the upgraded side. So you have like a little fur guy, but then it comes with
like
jewelry on the other side.
Yeah.
You got a little cape, and it comes like a treasure thing. Anyway, it's a really cool worker placement game. If you like, if you are a heavy Euro guy, but you also like patchwork.
You're not wrong, because this game doesn't fully always click with me, and it always amazes me because I'll get through and I'll be so excited that I finished my main board, and you can get extra little like islands to fill in, and I'll look over and Hunter's got like 2 islands. He's like, look at me, I've got like 3 things filled out, and I'm like, you know, because there's just so many choices of what you can get.
I don't know if you can see it on
it's
here.
It's amazing how.
But yeah, you got these little boards, and you're putting all those little treasures and cloths and things. You're putting them on this board and covering up things, and there's rules on what can be put next to what. There's certain things you necessarily want to surround and leave on the board, so you can choose. Okay, do I cover that up and not get that benefit, or do I actually work and build around it? And anytime you want, you can purchase or go to a spot that get you an additional board, like she said, that you can fill out.
It's pretty cool.
You got to feed your people. It's an Uwe game, so you're feeding your people. And there's rules on how. Oops, upside down. Rules on how you feed your people. You can't put meat next to a vegetable. You have to put meat. You can't put meat next to a meat or something.
Odin's picky. He doesn't like his food touching. Okay.
You buy these boats to help you feed your people. It's just got so much stuff going on.
Yeah,
it's crazy, heavy. What's really crazy about this game though? As heavy as it is, as much as you got going on, all these decisions, all these things happening, it's like an hour game for us.
Yeah, that's as long as you don't AP this game.
Yeah. Well, you can a little bit, I guess, but
yeah, if you don't AP the game, it does play pretty quickly. It's amazing.
But yeah, we haven't played this in. It's been a little while. It hasn't been forever, but it's been a little while since we played this one.
Yeah,
and I'm looking to play this one again, and apparently she does too.
Yep.
But that's my number 84. It was 73 last time.
That's not bad.
A Feast for Odin.
That's pretty cool. Another big heavy game.
All right, if you remember when we started this video, I said that there was 2 games I do not own.
This is another one.
Technically.
Okay.
Remember I said technically.
Yes, you did. That was weird.
One of those was Merchant of Venus. The other one is my number 83 because this year, you the people voted that legacy games make the list.
Okay.
And if you know anything about a legacy game, a lot of times they end up in the garbage can when you're done. And in this case, it did end up in the garbage can when you're done. That is Pandemic Legacy Season 2. So, it's my number 83. It technically has never been on the list.
Really?
Because I've only ranked the Season 1 and 2 together.
Really?
They wanted them separate. So I'm listing them separately. So 83 is where this lands. It's really hard to rate where a legacy game lands because it is an amazing experience on one side.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I will never play it again. Well, unlikely to play it again. I guess we could play it again, but very unlikely to play it again. So you gotta weigh those two together. If I was rated on experience, it'd be way up here. If I rated on not ever playing it again, it'd be way down here.
Yeah.
So it kind of lands at 83.
Yeah, there you go. That's interesting.
So yeah, that's just kind of where I just kind of went, amazing experience, but I can't play, and this is just kind of where it landed. It landed between a big, heavy, massive game that I haven't played in a while versus a lighter game that I've played recently. So that's where it landed in between those two.
That's funny.
So I can't really talk too much about it. It is
secret.
It's secret.
Top
but
secret.
It felt similar to the first one, but it's a very different experience.
Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
Very different experience. In fact, probably 4 or 5 games into this, we were really frustrated with this game, if you recall.
I only remember being really frustrated with the end.
Well, it built and built and built. Kind of the frustration kind of built at the end. It hit a crescendo to where we were on the last month of the game. You play 12 months. We were like, we can't win this. This is garbage. Why do we play it?
Yeah,
do we play it?
How is it going to work? Yeah.
Do we play it? And we somehow won.
It's true.
It was like there was like miracle top decking draws that happened, and we somehow miraculously won. So it was much tighter, much more intense, much more intense than the first one. The first one was fun and enjoyable and interesting and cool stuff were happening, but we were never at the point where we were like, how are we going to do this? This is crazy. We're just going to die. We never reached that point. In this game, we were like I don't. We actually had to even sacrifice some games just to make a little bit of headway for the next month.
To plan ahead.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough game, but I enjoyed it. I think it was really like on the border of how tough I want my cooperative games. Now I'm sure there's some people out there that said, "Oh, Pandemic Season 2, easy breezy," but no, it was like on the borderline of how hard I want my cooperative games. Pandemic was Season 1 maybe was too easy. This one was too hard, so maybe Season 0 will be nice in the middle, like Goldilocks, right? Too easy, too hard, and it's a perfect. I don't know. But anyway, that's my number 83. Pandemic Legacy Season 2. Unfortunately, I see it dropping and maybe off the list next year just because time goes by.
No, it's true.
Time goes by.
Well, like you said, it's hard to place a game like that you're never going to play again. You can only keep the experience alive that much after a point. I get that. So you look confused. Why do you look confused? Did you lose your place? Did you...
I said I had 3 new games.
Yeah.
Because Pandemic Season 2 is
new to the list.
Technically new. I'm like,
okay, because I was like...
Because the next game is a new game. My number 82 is a brand new game. Like, this one came upon the recommendation of one Z Garcia. He said this game is really cool. Yeah, so I said, okay, let's try it out. And we tried it out and we loved it, and that is Endeavor.
Oh, yeah, that game is fun.
Age of Sail.
I like that game a lot.
At first glance, and like I hesitated to get this game for the longest time. I'm like, this doesn't look very fun. You're just putting tokens on a board and
it does
stuff
look
happens.
Bland almost, but that's not the right word. But yeah,
it's really it's really an interesting logistical area control with lots of great choices. You have they make it out to be a pirate game. You're going out and doing piratey things, but you're not really. You're kind of just putting discs on the board, taking controls of different areas, and you get points for doing that and resources and things like that. Once you get tokens that are like adjacent, you get the points in between those tokens. So you're kind of expanding out, taking controls of areas and getting points. There's also different superpower cards you can get. You're drafting buildings, I guess. Are they buildings? Maybe buildings that give you different benefits. Yeah. You have these 4 different tracks you're going up to. As you go up the track, that particular ability gets more and more powerful the more that you... So you put a token on the board, it'll move you up that track 1 space, and that makes that action more powerful in the next round or your next turn. It's really crazy Euro that there's no pirate-ness, attackiness. I mean, there is... You can take over people's spaces, but it's not like ships are battling each other and things like that.
No, but it is fun to snipe something that you were racking up some points with.
But it's a cool little game. I don't know what the inserts.
The inserts
that's
are
why I opened
awesome. Oh my gosh, wish more games did this.
Really
this
cool
is a
inserts.
Cool
so just when you set up a player, you go, "Hey, you're blue."
Yeah.
And just hand it to them.
So nice.
And then you're going to be drafting buildings, and there's an entire board where you're going to draft the buildings out of. And there's the superpower buildings out here. You just take some of them out to randomize the game to make it a little bit different.
Yeah,
but
30 seconds and you're ready to play.
Yeah, it's real. The setup is crazy quick.
The board.
Let me show you the board to kind of explain, to make more sense of what I'm talking about. So there's different. You're just putting tokens on the board to get take control of areas, and then when you get 2 areas that are adjacent, you get a little bonus that's in between like that. There's different regions of the board that have to be unlocked. So at first you can only do, I think, Europe.
Yep.
And then as you put tokens on a track for the region, it'll unlock the region. Then you can start exploring over that area. There's area control on the board. There's area control on the tracks. All sorts of great stuff going on. But it's not, if you're looking for a pirate-themed game, this is not really what you're looking for. If you're looking for a Euro game with a lot of interesting choices, this is the game you're looking for.
And the setup, again, this is so cool. I love the insert for this game.
So, I like I said, at first glance, I'm like, you're just putting discs on the board. What?
But you're not.
But it's really cool. It's really cool. Lots of cool things, lots of cool choices. It's a really cool game. I enjoyed it.
Yes, well played. I agree.
That's that's number 82, new to the list.
Good choice.
In fact, really new. I think we just played that for the first time this summer, maybe.
You got it for your birthday, I think.
Did I?
I think so.
Got it for myself for my birthday.
No, you didn't. Grandparents got it for you.
Oh, you're right.
Well, it was either Father's Day or birthday.
So we played this really recently. Mm-hmm. It was Father's Day. It wasn't birthday. It was because we played it during the summer. Okay, let's move on to my number 81, the last one for this time around. And what's funny, it was 81 last year.
How in the world?
I don't know. But it's one of Rebecca's favorite games, and this is one of the ones that it's kind of not in my wheelhouse. Is that what the cool kids say? It's not in my wheelhouse. It's a light card game.
Cool kids don't know what a wheelhouse is.
It's a light card game with some resource management. That is a Res Arcana.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
What?
This is my list. When you make your list, I can go, in the teens? I don't know. So, anyway. So, Res Arcana, like I said, it's just a super little, quick, snippy, breezy card game.
It's not breezy.
It's pretty breezy.
But it's beautiful.
It takes 30 minutes for us to play this game.
You mean swift. Okay,
it's breezy.
Usually you mean light and airy when you say
It is light
breezy.
and airy.
No, you not.
So
it's dark.
If you play with the draft variant, which we always do, you're drafting a set of 8 cards. That is your deck. That's it. You're playing with those 8 cards the whole game. That's it. That's all you get. So you're trying to draft little combos that work together, and you're drawing those cards and playing them down to a tableau, using those to interact with each other to get points. It's a race to 15 points, if I recall correctly. 15 maybe. I want to say 15 points. There's also places of power you can purchase with those resources that give you super abilities, and they're usually good. Either they're worth a lot of points, or they give you an ability to get points. It's just a resource management, card drafting. Well, you draft at the beginning, putting cards down, creating resources, spending those resources, converting all those resources into victory points, and it's a race to the finish.
Nice.
We got the expansion. It gives you, I want to say, another resource. And more places of power to do. I think there's a new resource. But anyway, this is another one. I mean, this is the cool insert section, I guess, because this one has a really cool insert as well.
Yes, it does. Man, the games with the inserts lately, you guys are hitting it out of the park.
So your resources are this little cute, nice little bin, and you just pop this open, set it out, and take off.
Yep.
These are the places of powers. They're big, chunky cards. I mean, production is crazy for this.
It's wonderful.
This little game.
The production is wonderful for this.
Then I didn't mention it, but there's also every round you're gonna be drafting a little superpower.
It's like your action for the game, for the round. I mean, and it's really cool because sometimes it gives you benefits or resources or an extra action or something that you were gonna do during the round.
But this is, like I said, this is not normally a type of game I like, but I really, really like this one. It's really fun.
Yeah, this is definitely my game.
Quick and easy to teach. I mean, easy to learn.
Easy breezy, beautiful.
It plays fast. 15 minutes a player probably.
Is it really that fast? I guess it was that fast.
It says
yeah, we really cracked
30 to 60 minutes, 2 to 4 players. Do the math.
Ugh, math.
15 minutes a player. I think
you're right.
I think that's what it works out to.
Yeah. No.
Anyway,
right.
This is a good one.
That's why we play
this one. It's
usually.
from Tom Lehman, the Race for the Galaxy.
Genius.
Guy.
Genius. I say.
I like it. I shouldn't like it, but I really like it.
Genius.
This is one of the ones that I think it may even made both our Let's Play It Again list. We call it potato
we
chip
do.
games.
We do.
Every time we play this, we play it at least twice, sometimes 3-4 times, because it takes half an hour. You can knock out 2 games in an hour for 2 players anyway.
Why not?
Anyway, so beautiful. That's the last one for this time around. My number 81. It was 81 last time. Rez.
Arcana?
Is it Arcana or Arcana?
Arcana, if you want to be legit.
Too legit.
To quit.
But we are going to quit. So let's preview the next 10. That's it for this time.
Do tell.
Next 10. This is the punitation section. We got only 1 game went up.
Oof.
What's funny is I had not played the game in the previous year, yet it went up.
That is interesting. Okay.
So, the little teaser there. 7 games went down. And 2 brand new games. 7 down, 2 new. 1 went up, yet I hadn't played it in the previous year. And I'll explain more next time. Bye.